So the next question is actually for me. And the question goes, why do you dislike Southgate as a coach? And I'm like, very simple. It's terrible. Why don't you? No. But jokes apart. So here's the thing. So it's interesting why in football they call, the head of the coaching staff the manager, right? Because back in the day, the manager controlled everything. He decided who got contracts. Yeah. He negotiated the contracts with agents. It took first team training and all of that. And then you go back to the 80s, maybe 80s, 90s, you started having a manager with a first team. They call them, first team coach, right? And then there was this story of Sir Alex Ferguson not going to training, just chilling in his office, drinking coffee and watching everyone train, And that's when you knew it was time to retire, right? For many years, he didn't go to training because there was a first team coach that was taking training. So why do I say all this? Southgate can coach, right? It's obvious. I don't have to be in the room with him. It's the same way I know Lampard cannot coach. It's the same way we know that Steve Kerr in basketball cannot coach. He just has talented players around him, and he has one of the most brilliant minds to ever play the game in LeBron James on his team at these Olympics. You don't have to do anything because LeBron just is. I don't know how his mind works in other areas, but in basketball, no one knows more basketball than LeBron. Because LeBron sees things like 15 million steps ahead of everyone else. He's a genius when it comes to basketball, right? So you're not coaching LeBron; he's coaching you. What are we talking about? So back to Southgate. Southgate has no courage. As a man, I don't respect people who are not courageous. I just have no respect for this guy. It's not courageous. Waiting until the 62nd minute and waiting for the opposing coach to make a move and then you counter them. Nah, that's not impressive to me. I watch even coaches of bottom clubs in the EPL do things and I'm like, oh, never seen that before. That's interesting to me. I've seen successive coaches of Crystal Palace, the one I supported, Vieira, do things that I'm like, oh, with that level of talent, that's not bad. I've seen an old man take over from him, do things, get things out of Eze that I hadn't seen Vieira get out of him. I'm like, oh, at 89 years old, impressive. And then I've seen a young, brilliant coach succeed him and transform the whole thing and make Mateta look like a real striker. So there is good coaching that happens on terrible teams all the time. But there's no coaching happening on the England national team. Nobody gets better on the English national team. Absolutely nobody. I don't know who sent the question in, but I challenge you. You show me one player in 8 years that is better for England than he's been for his club. The answer is zero. So I don't hate this guy. I'm sure he's a perfectly great husband and father, and is a great politician, but I'm sorry. English people, how do I put this? The bar is very low, I mean, they came from giving their country over to foreign coaches. That didn't work out. And then they had a coach that was there for 2 days because he was selling tickets and stuff. So that's what they came from. So they just wanted someone to clean up the scandal, and handle the press. It's like they wanted a David Beckham. They put a David Beckham in charge. That's it. That's what Southgate is. Not the ball playing Beckham, the other Beckham, the captain Beckham, kissing babies and shaking hands and stuff. I don't care about all that. Like I'm not English. I don't care about any of this. I look at, can you coach? So again, I asked the person who sent in the question. This man is English, right? This man is English. There are 20 teams in the English Premier League. Okay? If lightning struck today, okay, and all the 20 coaches disappeared, is anyone hiring Southgate? Is in search of a job right now? Can he get the 20th job in the Premier League right now? If you're being honest with yourself, the answer is no. Yinka?
Absolutely not. Totally agree with you. But first things first. the person that sent in the question, I'm surprised you sent the question directly to Akin, right? Because
I want some
I
too.
would say that I'm a worse Southgate hater than this young man here.
Oh my god!
I did a whole unpopular opinion segment
Yes, you
on
did.
Southgate being bottom barrel, bottom pot.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I did that, you know. I told everyone that
Oh
Southgate
gosh!
was sacked from Middlesbrough,
It
and
was.
all the way he became the England national team manager. From being fired, he was sitting on his couch when he was hired. You know. Anyway, so that was on the light note.
It's amazing.
But I couldn't have said it
It's
better,
amazing,
right?
Yeah, thank you.
He just doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't have the chops.
Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the notifications button so you don't miss any of our content.
And please don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms.